Welcome everyone to another Wednesday video. This is our last Wednesday in May. I'm Mark with Creative Stamping with Mark. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. Today we are going to be doing a fun fold card that I've seen several demonstrators make. I have made it a long time ago, so we're going to revisit it today. I also have Stampin' Up! News to share with you, so we'll go down to my desk. Go. Right, let's try to get us straight here so nobody's feeling crooked. Nothing worse than feeling crooked. All right, on my desk you can see I still have the flyer here for the starter kit special. This ends May 31st. So if you have a wish list around $135 or up to $220, this is a great time to get the starter kit. You can choose any products from online catalog or the annual catalog, and up to 220 Canadian, and you only pay $135. You will receive all of what you've ordered, plus some business supplies, no shipping, no GST. You get a paper pumpkin kit in here, and it's a great way to receive a discount on all your subsequent orders because you'll get a discount when you order again. So great time to join. They don't run these specials all year. Usually they're $135. So great time to join. A few more days, 4 more days. All right, put that to the side. I have the paper pumpkin here. That is the latest. This is called Full of Charm. You need to subscribe before June the 10th. And obviously it's all florals. It is going to coordinate with a Floral Charm Suite collection, which is an online exclusive that's going to be released in July. However, if you were a demonstrator or you joined with the starter kit special, you would be able to see this suite, Floral Charm Suite, beginning of June. So that's another benefit of being a demonstrator or a discount shopper. All right, these are the dies that have been going along these last 3 months. So this is the 2 dies that will coordinate with the June paper pumpkin. These dies they coordinated with April, May, and June. The number is 166238. They are $16.50. You can only get these dies if you're a paper pumpkin subscriber. Just so you know, I keep forgetting to mention that. All right, so that's our latest paper pumpkin. Then they'll be releasing 3 more for the next 3 months. So we wait to see that next time. All right, okay, so today our card is called, this is a card I saw Dee Slater demonstrate. She calls it a standing pop-out box card. I've always just called them a box card. So today we're going to use Melon Mambo. The basic piece is 4 1/4 by 10 1/2. We'll do a lot of scoring on that. You also have another piece, the same cardstock, 3 by 5. It'll also have some scoring done to it. You'll need some DSP. Today I'm using the Full of Life DSP, which has gone online. It was in our annual catalog, and it has gone online now. So you can still find it. It's the one with all the bright, really pretty colors it had. I love these ones. Okay, so today I'm using sort of the back side of a couple of the pieces. I'm using this piece, and this was the other side of it, and a bit of this, and that was the other side of it. So those are the 2 pieces I chose to use. So your first piece of DSP is 4 by 4, and that's it there. You can see that I've already stamped on mine. I am using the Spring Corners stamp set today. This is an online exclusive. So I have already stamped the words, wishing you an amazing day. So it goes around the corner there. And I am also using the dies that go with Spring Corners. They look like this. I am using this large die down at the bottom. And I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. Another piece of DSP you're going to need is, I have to think what size this piece is, 1 3/4 by 4. And I have another piece. This is an optional piece, and it's just sort of a random piece that I cut. And it is, I'll have to measure it for you, 2 1/2 by 2 1/4. And it is going to go behind my die cut piece. I will show you that. So you need a piece of cardstock, and I've chosen what color? Peach pie for this. This piece is 2 3/4 by 3. You can see that I've die cut that large die out of it. And you can see what that die does. It cuts right through. And then I've embossed it with the Distress Tile 3D embossing folder, which is in the last chance list. And it was originally $13.75. It's on for $12.37 right now. And it is still there when I checked. So I've done that. Now, what I was thinking when I mentioned this optional piece, I will show you what it looks like when it's put on. When it's put on this piece, you're going to see just the pink through it. But if I put this behind it, it gives it a little bit of dimension almost, or just interest, I think, by adding a piece behind. So that's what I'm planning on doing. And then you'll need a piece to write your message on. And this piece is 2 3/4. Nope, sorry, 3 by 4 1/4. And it goes on the back to do your writing. And you can see I've stamped the little flower from Spring Corners there. All right, I also have some ribbon set aside here and some embellishments. So let's get to putting this together, and I'll show you what we need to do first. With the long side, you're going to score this. I've already scored mine, but I'll have all the measurements underneath the video with the score lines and everything on there, so you can go to that. But you're scoring it 1/2 inch, 1 3/4, 3 3/4, and 5. So I'm going to fold it at the 5 first. And of course you want to make sure that it's even, top and bottom, that it's not going askew here. So there's that one. And then I'm going to work backwards here. Fold this one. And again, you're going to line it up so that it's even, top and bottom, and score it. And again. And this is going to make the box, I guess, if you want to call it that, seeing that's what she calls it, a box card. And there's that little 1/2 inch, so it goes right here. Now, I will be using tear and tape, and seeing that we've got that 1/2 inch exposed like that, I am going to put my tear and tape on it right now. I like to use tear and tape for this because it is a strong adhesive, and this is something that you don't want to come apart, or the standing box part will not stand anymore. So what's going to happen is this is going to be folded up like so, and there's like a box. Okay, we won't do that yet because we have to do some decorating on that. Bringing in your smaller piece. This is a 3 by 5 piece, and this piece is scored at 1/2 inch and 1 3/4. So I'm going to use my bone folder and burnish these edges to make sure they're straight. And again, we're going to put some tear and tape on this little 1/2 inch fold here. So I will do that now. And then we'll do get our designer series paper on here, and we can put this together. All right, so it looks like that. There's our 2 pieces, all right? First off, we're going to attach this piece, this 4 by 4 square, to the top of this. Now, your box card is going to look like this, so you can have it, just hard for me to do this without having it stuck down, but you can have it like this, and the card will stand this way. You can also have these cards standing to the side. Whoops, I don't know, you can't really see that with my hands in the way, like that. So today I'm going to do it sideways. I'm going to call it sideways. So I want to have my words this way. If I was having it standing up this way, I would have my words this way. Okay, so you can do it either way, and I will show you another example that I've already made going the opposite way. So I need my Tombow liquid glue. I'm going to just put some glue on the back of the designer series paper. And this is a really effective fold. Sorry, this doesn't want to come out. Got my pin here. Just a really interesting fold, something different. The sample that I made is a Father's Day card, so I think it worked well for that. So I am doing it this way. Is that what I said I was going to do? That way, like that. And you're just going to put it in here, looking at the top, bottom, and the right-hand side to make it somewhat even. Just like that. Okay. So that's what that's going to look like. And then we're going to decorate this piece here. So this is the box part that you're going to see when it's folded up. So I'm going to put this piece on here, and I think I'll put the darker sort of stripe at the bottom like that. Okay, and I'm just trying to make sure that I'm thinking of this all correct, putting it together the right way. So a little bit of glue on this. That glue just does not want to flow today. I was using it this morning, but it is a fairly new bottle. So, come on, glue. You're giving me grief today. This is real life crafting, where sometimes things don't go the way we like. Not quite as smoothly. There we go. There's glue. All right. Put this back in there and hope it stays with us. Okay. So I'm going to just fold this down so that I can put this piece. And again, you're just looking at even borders all the way around. So it's just like that. Sorry, I've got glue on my hand here. I think I will just, I'll bring in this. My silicone mat, that's helpful. Okay, so we can attach this. And the way we attach it is you fold the whole thing down like that. You're going to peel off your paper off of your tear and tape, and you're just going to lay it down flat like this. And I know that looks funny, but it works. That's exactly where we want it, and it will be in the right spot for it to stand up. Now, we're standing ours this way, so it stands up perfectly. Okay, so you just flatten it like that, and press your tear and tape down. Okay, so that's that one. This part is going to go on top there. So what I want to do is I want to do my decorating on this piece now. I've got to remember I'm doing my card this way. So like I said, I can put this piece on with a cutout piece and just have the pink showing on top, and that's what it's going to look like. Or I'm going to put this piece behind it and make it a little more interesting. So all I'm going to do is run a little bit of glue on the edge around my die cut. Oh, this glue. It's going to give me problems today through the whole thing, I see. I don't know what the problem is with it. All right, try that again. Okay, so just all the way around the die cut. Like that, and it is embossed, so you know that you need a little bit more glue than usual. I'm going to just lay it on like this, just so that it covers all the openings, just like that. And there it is. Okay, and then I'm going to glue this onto here. So again, I'm going to put glue, fair amount of glue, especially on the embossed parts. And you can put glue all along the back there. It's good. And then we're going to stick this down onto here. And again, you're looking at your borders and trying to make it even. Oops, a little bit too much glue there. Squishing out. Okay, and there we have it. So that looks interesting, I think, because it's not just solid pink behind. It's sort of variegated. All right, now we're going to put this part on. Now, how this part goes is it folds down like this and like this. So when your card is folded flat like this to go in your envelope, it looks like I'm covering up the words, but I'm not really, because when you open this up, it will look like that. Okay, so it looks like I'm covering up the words here, and yes, I am when it's folded. If I did it without covering up the words, it would look like this. I can do it this way. You just have to make sure that you're there. Then it would look like, I just have to see if I can open it with my hand in here. Yeah, it would be a little bit, I don't know, I don't mind that. And then when it's closed, the person, when they take the card out, they can see the writing that's there. So maybe that's a good idea. I will do it that way. So what I like to do is I'm going to do this part first. Take off my tear and tape. Like that. And I'm going to fold it down like this. I'm going to put this where I want it, and I'm looking at my border either side. I'm looking at my words here, right? I think that looks pretty good. It's not quite straight, sorry. I'm looking below here, okay? Then I'm just pressing down where the tear and tape is. Whoopsie. Oh, look what I've done. Yeah. Oh boy. There we go. Sorry. Got the tear and tape onto the wrong thing there. Okay, so now it's going to be like that. All right. So we know that we need to glue this part down, this part here, but just, I can put my finger here, and when I flip it over, I don't want it any lower than that. So you're just going to put your glue, if my glue will run here, come on. Oh dear. I'm going to have to get myself a new glue, I think. Even though this is full of glue, this just does not want to come out. There really must be something plugged up in there. Yeah, crazy. There we go. Okay, there. All right. Sorry, put my pin back in here. All right, and then when it's folded flat, I'm going to fold it down like this, and it's just going to be on there. I'm just going to hold it for a minute. So that's what the card is going to look like folded flat. When you get it and you take it, you open it like this and you just adjust it however you want it. And of course mine is going this way. I keep forgetting. It's not going this way, it's going this way. So it's going like this, and it can stand like that. I think you can see it like that. So I think that's where we get the name box card, because it kind of looks like a box there. So that's our card. It's fairly simple. I'm going to flip it over because you're going to say, where are you doing the writing? This is where we put our piece on the back. So if you were writing, you would fold this flat, just like this. I would put this on here, and I'm not looking at the bottom here. I'm going to sort of center this top two sides, and then that's how you would do your writing. And this card, I thought, with those words on it, wishing you an amazing day. It could be anything. It could be grad, it could be your birthday, it could be any kind of a day. So I will put this on here. And again, like I said, I'm looking at top and sides. I'm not looking at the bottom part. And like I said, I stamped that little flower in Melon Mambo there, and it just sort of mimics the flower that's on the front. And there's the front of our card. I think that looks really cute. I like the way that it stands on its side. Oopsie, sorry. I do have some embellishments. I said I brought in, and I brought in some ribbon. I brought in the bordered ribbon in the Pretty in Pink. It's gone online now, so it's this bordered ribbon. And I just tied a little bow like that, and I thought I might just put it on there at the bottom of those flowers. And I also brought in the 2024-2026 in color resin dots, because they have Pretty in Pink, and they have the Petunia Pop, and I thought the Petunia Pop kind of went with these colors better than the Pretty in Pink, so I thought we could add a few of those dots. They are in the last chance list. They are $8.80, and they are still there the last time I looked. So we will, I think, use a glue dot for the ribbon. So we'll stick and I'm just seeing how I did that. I'll stick it that way. Just put the ribbon right on the glue dot, and then you can peel it off, and it's stuck on the back there. And I am going to stick that right sort of at the base of my flowers. I think that looks cute. And we'll put some of these dots on. There's only 2 sizes, so I will use, I'm trying to think, if I'm mailing this, I often don't like to put the dots right on here because they tend to rub, but I think maybe I will put one right here and a couple of small ones. Maybe, do they get lost up there? No, I think that's okay. There, and one more like that. Okay, so there's our standing pop out box card. And like I say, it can stand this way. Now, mine doesn't stand that way because it kind of looks off kilter a little bit, but I'm having mine stand that way. So that's the way that one's going to go. Here is the sample that I made first, and it's a Father's Day card. And I used the Country Woods Designer Series paper, which they have brought back into our new catalog, and the Trusty Tools stamps and dies. So again, it folds like this to go in an envelope, and this, you just pull it out like this to stand it up and turn it over, and there's your back that you can write on. So it stands like that. So that one stands that way, and this one stands this way. So 2 different orientations. They both work well, and I think it's a really cool, fun fold and different, something different. Okay, so those are the 2 cards. That's our card for today. I think those colors turned out really good too. This color in the Full of Life paper is actually pumpkin pie, but when I cut it out of pumpkin pie, it was really dark, and so I thought I'll try the peach pie, and I really like it a lot better. So those are our cards for today. I forgot to mention that I still have a card kit to go for May. If you have been watching this month, I have shown you this. They're all fun fold cards. Here's one that goes like this, showing off both sides of your Designer Series paper. This one sort of has a peekaboo window, goes like that. This one is a variation on a Z fold card, goes like that. And then this one is a vertical easel card, so it's flat like this, but when you get it, you can have it standing like that. And it tucks in behind that element there, and that's where you write. All right, so you would receive all 4 of these cards. Everything that you see on them is cut, die cut for you, the ribbon, all the gems, and the only thing I cannot do for you is do the stamping, so you would have to use your own stamp sets. But in the PDF that I include in your kit, I've written what stamp sets I used in case you want to use the same ones that I did. All right. And you would also have access to a private video where I made all 4 of these cards, so you can follow along if you like to follow a video of that. Okay, bring our cards back in. There we go. All right, a reminder again that all the measurements for this card will be underneath the video, so you can check it out there. And I hope everybody has a great week.